Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a second. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, put on the camera. All right, here we go. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I apologize for my hair appearance. I am getting a haircut tomorrow. I got to get a haircut before the wedding. I'm flying out on by the way, I will not be here on Friday. I will be traveling to Los Angeles, and I will write up an update for you guys and post it on the Telegram channel. I'll post all my stocks. I'll give you a written version of this show before I leave. How about that? It'll be a PDF and it'll have my small caps, it'll have the large caps, and it'll have all the stuff that we look at in a very generalized way. Okay. So I'll do that for you guys on Friday, and then I'm flying back on Monday. I'm using my vacation days to fly back, so I'll be here back on Tuesday like nothing happened. But just letting you know, I'm flying out about 9:30 on Friday, so I'll have to leave here a little early. I won't be here today. I won't be here on Friday, but that's all the way Friday. Just wanted to give you guys a heads up. Let's say hello to everybody. We got Devin, Cheese Gray Trader. We got Bill. We got James. We got Steve. We got Mark. We got Vernon. We got Bugs. We got Dave. We got Amos. We got Ivano. Good morning, Ivano from Italy. JB, Wayne, Jill. Good morning. Ooh, National Dog Day. I did not know that, Jill. That's great. Let me tell my wife that. She'll be so happy to hear that. Hold on. Let me. Oh, that's good information. Good information to have, Jill. Thank you. I did not know that. I did not know it was a National Dog Day today. All right. We got Jill, we got Eduardo, we got Lloyd, we got Dave. Here, let me just quickly tell her. Can't believe it's National Dog Day and I missed it. Huh, I'll be. All right. There she goes. All right. National Dog Day, huh? It is National Dog Day. All right. Well, we're all big dog lovers here. All right. We got Mark, we got Vernon, we got Bugs, we got Dave, Amos, Savano, JB. Bugs, good morning to you. Wayne, Jill, Eduardo, Lloyd, Dave, Moondog is in the house. Good. I like that. James, Delroy, Javad, Wardog is here. Robert, Stan, Krish, Matt, Ruth, Jean, Mike, Richard from Puente Gorda. Good morning, Richard. Scotty, Deanna, Dave, David, Steve, Hopium, Donald, Sean, Junior. Junior's in the house. Genevieve, Robert, David, Wesley, Mark, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. Al, Harold, Delbert, Kevin. Good morning, Kevin. Clay, Jody, Carlos. Good morning, Carlos. You're welcome. It was a good VIP room yesterday. Definitely. And I think today will be a good one too. I'll tell you about my agenda in a minute. Illinois grain farmer, and it's great because Raleigh takes care of the questions, so I don't have to be interrupted. And I think people love that. Stacy, Ron, Kirk, Hopium, William. Good morning, William. Randy, Walt, Ralph, Wade, Stephen, Kevin, Peter. Good morning, Peter. Romel, Brian, Solaire, Robert, Harold, Jason, Dave, Kai. We're almost done here. Let's finish this up. We got a lot of people here. That's what we got. I'm losing my track here. Where am I losing my track? Lydia, Piet de Brock. I think I missed like Robert, Harold, Jason, David, Kai, John, RP, Raj, Piet de Brock, Peanut, William, Lydia, Warren, Frank, Jeff. Nope, won't get aggravated with the catalyst. Hey, G Boss. Henry, Rachel, Murray. Good morning, Murray. Good. Kurt, Cam, good morning, Cam. John, Naples fan. Beam, Don, Just Jen, Gustavo. Good morning, Gustavo. Steve, Murray. Doris, Karen the Shark is in the house. Robert's here. Thank you, Robert. Wow, we got a lot of people here. Lewis, Michael, Joe, Vertuvian, Fred, good morning to you. Dallas, Rick, Fadies, Eduardo, Manuel, Ralph, C. Fazio, Just Jen, Barry, Dave, Joyful Travels, Scotty, Ray, Victor, Jeremiah, Don, Harry, Beatrice, Ira, Spider Monkey, Sassy Trainer, Ali. Good morning, Ali. Eagle Beagle is here. Stephen, Kathleen, Martin. We got. It was a very good VIP room today. I'm trying to make today just as good. Next Gen, Mark, and I'm right here. Flying Ronan, Richard, Jeremiah, Don, Harry, Rick. Good morning, everybody. Flying Ronan is in the house. Good morning, everybody. All right, first things first, if you guys don't mind, please, please, please make sure you're watching at 1080p or you're not going to be able to see a lot of this. You see how I'm an auto? Auto gives them the license to put you anywhere they want. I want to be at 1080p, and I'm on a wired Ethernet, and I'm still getting auto. I want you to be at 1080p, force 1080p, because auto will, it'll put you in auto mode. Hey, Rock. Good morning, Rock. Cool name. I like that. Rock O'Neill. Very nice name. Very nice name. All right. And also, while you're there, if you don't mind, give us a thumbs up. Only if you want to. Only if I'm helpful to you. If I'm not helpful to you, you don't have to give me a thumbs up. It's okay. All right. All right. Let's talk about the market. So, first things first, what are we looking at today? A little lighter. What did I tell you yesterday? What did I tell you yesterday? Right here. What did I tell you yesterday at 406? SPY come close to hitting the 8-day EMA on the daily, but didn't do it today. I have a feeling it'll happen within the next day or so. That was at 406 yesterday. Let's look at the market here real quick. Survey says, what does survey say? Survey says we're at the 8-day EMA. That's what survey says. Right at the 8-day EMA, folks. Also, remember those levels I give you in the morning on the SPY? Just want to show you guys something. 646.85, 645.27, and 642.59. How well do my levels work, folks? 1, 2, 3. Tell me I'm nuts. Up, down to a tick. Look at that. Not bad, huh? You really should pay attention to Uncle Rogers. Good luck to your. I don't know what's wrong with your daughter, Kirk, but whatever's wrong with her, I hope the best thing I hope things work out well. I don't know what's wrong with her, but I hope she's well. We want the best for all our kids. So, anyways, these were the levels I gave you yesterday, and you could see they work pretty darn well. Okay, let's continue, and I'll give you levels for later today as well. What are the small caps that I'm looking at this morning? Real quick. I got to say, people love this morning show. I've been getting nothing but positive feedback. VRAX. I like this VRAX only if it goes above 130. It was up here. Now it's down here. Only if it goes up above 130 during the regular trading session. Next one is IVVD. IVVD. I like this IVVD. It needs to trade above 155 during the regular market session. I really like this one, actually. And another one is SER. And I want SER to trade above $8.15. So I'm going to write this down for you. VRAX 130, IVVD 155, and SER above 815. All during the regular sessions. All right. Good morning, Coach Ruben. Good morning, Rod. So those are the levels, okay? So very important. Those are the morning calls. So VRAX, IVVD, and SER only if during the regular session they trade above the key level, okay? If they don't, there's no soup for you, okay? Yes, all during the regular sessions. As far as earnings today, well, we'll talk about it. We do have some things for the earnings. As far as Fed data today, we got durable goods, we got Barkin, we got home index, consumer confidence. Do me a favor, guys. When I ask you what the catalysts are in a few minutes, just say Fed data. You don't have to itemize all of these. You don't have to. If there's Fed data, there's Fed data. That's it. It's just Fed data, okay? So you got durable goods, you got Thomas Barkin, you got consumer confidence, and you got manufacturing. And manufacturing is going to be a catalyst, but this is all Fed data. This is all Fed data, okay? What about the bond market? Well, the bond market is still in this range. It's still in this range. It still has not broken out of this range. And that keeps telling me we're going to be very, very choppy. How choppy are we going to be, Roger? Yesterday during this session, you can rewind all this if you want. Yesterday during the session, we had 507 stocks making 1 month highs. I told you yesterday that I believe that coming into tomorrow's session, that number is not going to be anywhere near there. Survey says, ching, 137. Did I not tell you this yesterday? Did I not tell you we're going to hit the 8-day EMA on the SPY and that we're going to have this number is going to be drastically lower once again? Did I not say this to you yesterday? Not today, yesterday. 507, 137. Ooh, ooh, my goodness. Oh, wow, Kirk. So sorry to hear that. So sorry to hear that. I hope she recovers 1000%. Usually kids are resilient. But, all right. So do you guys remember me telling you this? I was telling you this, that this number's not, this is all yesterday's session. You're more than happy to rewind it. Okay. But yesterday I told you this number's getting a little too high. And I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this number is very, very much, much smaller tomorrow. And that's yesterday. That's coming into yesterday. And then this is coming into today, 137. That's right, RP. Clever. But did I not say that this number is going to be, it's not going to be that high? Look at the number of stocks making 90-day highs. Yesterday, it was 388 coming into yesterday. Coming into today, it's 125. Him trying to fire a Fed government, it was information we already knew yesterday during the regular session. That's not after the market closes. Okay. All right, let's continue. Let's continue. So the bond market is still choppy. We're still in a consolidated range, which means no soup for directional bias in stocks. US dollar, what's the US dollar doing? Exactly the same thing. We don't have any clarity here, folks. As long as you don't have any clarity here, remember, the US dollar and the bonds is how the stock market get its rhythm. Let me explain to you in a way you'll understand, okay? You know, when you go to a disco, I know none of us have been to a disco in probably 20 years. I'm speaking for myself, but you know, when you go to a disco and they play a real fast song, you dance really quickly. And when they play a real slow song, you dance like Careless Whisper, you dance really slowly. Well, this is the drum beat of the song. You understand? For the stock market is the dancer, and this is the drum beat for those songs. So if the drum beat's going fast, this is moving, and the stock market is dancing fast. If the US dollar is not moving, they're playing Careless Whisper right now. You understand? The bond market and the US dollar have been playing Careless Whisper for a month now. They're not playing Paranoid by Black Sabbath. They're playing Careless Whisper. Okay. There's no Iron Maiden here. This is Careless Whisper. So the stock market does this. You understand? This is the drum beat of the US stock market. I'm trying to explain it in a very simple way. This is the drum beat for the song that the US stock market plays to. And this is Careless Whisper. You understand? There's nothing here in the US. Look, this is the US dollar, and this is the bond market. There's not much here. There's not much here. Now, if we break down below this level, we will start singing a different tune. 85, 86. We got to break the 86 level. Remember, I told you that 86 level holds all the power and then come back down here. That would decrease the odds of the Fed lowering from 80%, mid 80s to mid 60s if we went down here. Okay. You like my analogies? Okay. Thank you. But that's what I'm trying to say. That's really what I'm trying to say, okay? That bond market and US dollar is giving us the rhythm to the US stock market. And they're playing Careless Whisper. They're not playing The Clash or Black Sabbath, okay? They're not playing Iron Maiden. There's no Metallica here. This is Careless Whisper, okay? This is I need to take a nap music. You understand? That's what we're seeing here, and this is what U.S. stock market is getting its rhythm from. Okay, that's why we consistently keep coming back to the 8-day moving average. Look here, 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 here. We just keep coming up and coming down, coming up and coming down, like we are right here, right here. I do too, Stacy, but you get my point. The stock market is in careless whisper mode right now. We're not in Hit the Lights by Metallica mode right now. Oh, by the way, my levels on the bond market, I wanted to show you. Look, I drew this for you yesterday. Couldn't get below this level and then went above this and then went to this level and then broke right back down. These levels work really well. Okay. So, what about gold? What is gold doing? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. There's no action. But Roger, it's going higher. Yes, it's going higher and I like it, but it's still in this range. So if we're going to be buying gold again, we want it to wait for till we're back to 34.65. If you're holding gold, just keep holding it. There's nothing here. This is randomness. Don't sell into randomness and don't buy into randomness. Okay. Now, since we have over 560 something people here, here's the link to my VIP room. Now, people have sent me emails yesterday. They said that the VIP room yesterday was just one of the best VIP rooms we've ever had. I'll tell you about that right now, Eagle. I do because look, see this rotation we have. It's a downward rotation here. It's a downward rotation, and this is a hold on a second. What you're seeing right here is a descending triangle to the downside. So in theory, we should break to the downside. Hopefully that answers your question. But we've been holding this area well. So I don't know if we're going to continue consolidating or if we're and break out right and here and break down right here, or we're going to start breaking down. But we're definitely leaning to the downside. Descending triangles typically break to the downside. Okay. Look, we couldn't hold this channel. Now we have a descending triangle. And to me, it looks like we're going to consolidate a little more and then break down right here. Okay. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. And there's no major data till this Friday. So I think we're going to be consolidating. I think we're going to be consolidating till here or here. This is going to be the big daddy right here. And I'll update you. My plane doesn't leave till 9:30. I'll be updating you on Telegram till 9:30 on Friday. So all you guys got to do is just keep your eye on Telegram. I'll be with you. My plane doesn't leave till 9:30. I'll be just sitting at the airport you know what? Maybe I'll even go live while I'm at the airport. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it happens. I don't know if it's appropriate to go live at the airport. I don't want to seem like I'm speaking to myself, but we'll see. I mean, I'm just going to be sitting there doing nothing pretty much. Might as well make use of it. All right. So let me give you another link. Oh, yeah. So let me tell you what I'm going to be covering today in Customer Service Live. I mean, in VIP, sorry, VIP room. And then I'll give you a link to Customer Service Live. I'm going to be answering questions from yesterday's session. We had a big session. I think a lot of people have questions. Top stocks that are moving in the afternoon session, how to decipher market internals, and how to analyze it correctly for day trading. How market internals are just not understanding market internals correctly. How to combine market internals with day trading using the Alpha Zone Pro. How to use momentum oscillator to confirm directional bias when you're day trading. Tips and tricks to increase your win rate using AlphaZone Pro dashboard, including how to tell if price action is peaking in a very, very mild rotation. I'm going to talk about all of that today. Second. One second here. Yeah, so let me give you the link to Customer Service Live. This is Customer Service Live. If you guys have any questions, comments, feedback, this is the place to go. Okay? So VIP room, here's the link for the VIP room. It's happening at noon Eastern time. You would be out of your nuts to miss it. You would be insane to miss it. And then here's Customer Service Live. Did you guys enjoy yesterday's session? Let me know if you enjoyed yesterday's session. And tell me if you like the new format where I don't chat too much with you and just kind of uninterruptedly go through my lesson. Let me know if all that is working out the way you guys want it to. Okay. Incidentally, the big report this week is going to be right here. Since I already have this on, it's going to be GDP and it's going to be right here, personal income. These two reports right here. GDP, personal income. And Chicago PMI will be interesting, but I don't think it's going to be as impactful after personal income. Okay. That's a perfect question it's AZP. You could do it on AZP, but that's a perfect question for Customer Service Live. So everybody says, yes, helpful. It was helpful. Yes, 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 much better. Lessons are helpful. Okay, good. Yeah, Rock, visit Customer Service Live. They'll hook you up. You could do AZP in TradingView. Okay, let's continue. Crude oil. You see how crude oil is coming off a little bit? A little bit? Some stocks are not. And I'm going to give you a hidden catalyst that I'm seeing today. I don't really know what's driving this catalyst, but I will give it to you today. And that's the energy prices. Keep an eye on look at these three stocks. This is a hidden catalyst. I don't know what's causing it, but it's definitely on the move. Look. I guess I should have waited and saved this till when I'm talking with my catalyst, but I want to show you this. Look at price of CVX. It's ready to break out. Look at price of COP. It's ready to break out. Look at price of Shell. It's actually breaking out. 3 energy stocks are breaking out. There's something happening in the energy market that I'm not aware of that's causing energy stocks to start moving higher. So when I ask you what the catalyst is today, you're going to tell me crude oil or energy prices, but I don't know what's causing it. But I could tell you that our three of the biggest energy stocks are all making a swing high. So CVX, you would not have been able to spot this on your own, so I'm just giving it to you. And Shell. So just FYI, add this to your catalyst list. And I don't know what's causing them to be a catalyst. China is still near a 10-year high, and Bitcoin continues to break down. I warned you about this yesterday. Okay? Warned you about this. Somebody said Devon. Let's see. Devon. Yep, Devon too. That's what I'm saying. All the energy stocks are moving right now. So there's definitely a catalyst for energy stocks, but I don't know what that catalyst is. Okay. Okay. Before we get into the stock, so we're seeing weakness in crypto and crypto related stocks. We're seeing strength in China and gambling stocks. Gambling stocks love China. Look at Wynn in Las Vegas Sands right now, moving higher. Crude oil is choppy, but there's something going on with major crude oil stocks right now, and I like it. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely a catalyst. It's a hidden catalyst. Gold is doing nothing, but if you're currently holding it, it's okay to hold it. And with interest rates in a descending triangle, and with US dollar staying like this, I wouldn't be surprised if you held gold. So again, I'm just trying to give you all of the goodies to Ralph. Then if gurus are telling you it's time to bottom feed, you should listen to all the other gurus. Don't listen to me. Listen to everybody else, Ralph. They all know better than me. Bottom feed. Oy vey. Let me ask you a question, Ralph. How many times do I have to be right for you to stop following other gurus and just say they're all full of shit and Uncle Roger really knows what he's talking about? I'm just curious, Ralph, how many hundreds of times do you have to come here to finally figure that out? That bottom feeding will get your fingers very dirty. Don't ever bottom feed. Don't ever bottom feed. Don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. You're going to get your fingers dirty. Listen, nobody knows what's going to happen next. So if you think that you know that what a guru's going to do, that's a big mistake. It's a big mistake. Big mistake. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm seeing several energy stocks breaking out, so it is definitely a catalyst. Yeah, it's definitely a catalyst. Definitely seeing a catalyst. Okay, guys. So, speaking of catalysts, aside from the energy market and the Fed, yes, the Fed is a catalyst today. You don't have to itemize all those things. What are the catalysts for today? Can anybody tell me? There are three things today that are catalysts. Can anybody tell me what they are? There you go. I mean, guys, listen, look. I'm just going to tell you what people tell me. Okay. After meeting you, we've completely given up on all other gurus. There just isn't anybody else that can even come close. If you feel differently, that's fine. But I'm just telling you the feedback that I get from people that there's just no compare that like they not even in the same wavelength, not even in the same boat. That's the feedback I get, but maybe you guys get different feedback. Okay, let's see. SMH, XLP, boy, Ivano, you and I are becoming very close friends. Because you know why, Ivano? Because you got all of them, my friend. I mean, think about the stuff I give you and think about the crap that you get from somewhere else. I tell you the why behind the move. I'm explaining to you as it's happening, why it's happening, how it's happening, what's preventing it from happening, not some nonsense. There's a lot of nonsense out there. Uh, Google says the possibility reason energy stocks are going up, surprise increase in electric. That's very possible. Large drawdown in U.S. inventories and tax incentives for clean energy. I believe all of those, but it doesn't really matter. And William, you're probably right on everything you just said. It's probably all of those things, but it's definitely a catalyst. There's definitely energies are moving. You can't tell me they're not. So we got to add it to our list with you for 4 weeks. Do I think and I do think you're phenomenal. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. So here's my catalysts: chips, consumer staples, fintech, and Fed. Very simple. Very simple. Folks, I get deep into the problem and then I make it easy to solve. I don't just gloss over things. And if the key here is why. Why is it happening? What's causing it? That's the key. Getting underneath the hood. That's the key. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. Here, let me just post this here. Exactly. Exactly. You can't compare, folks. Most gurus have no time and they don't understand why things are happening. All right. Let's continue. Let's continue. And actually, I really care about you guys, and I really care about you guys doing well. And I think most people actually know that. Okay. So, what are the catalysts? Chip stocks, consumer staples, fintech, and Fed. Why? How do I know that? Proof. Give me proof. Okay, I'll give you proof. Here's your proof. And energy stocks. Here's your proof. Constellation Brands. What do I say about consumer staples? They're extremely related. They're extremely related. Uh, Speaking of related, I got to add a stock to my short list. I got to add ELF. Add ELF to your short list, okay? ELF. Yeah. I just realized that it's a defensive stock and it's down. Okay, sorry. So I'm looking to short consumer defensive stocks, and I didn't want to give you consumer. So here's an example of why I'm better than most. Let me show you. This will show you. So I wanted to start shorting consumer staples yesterday. I wanted to give you consumer staples. Before I gave you the stock that I really liked, I realized that consumer staples were at a key level. And the odds are they're not going to go lower. So I didn't give you consumer staples. Now I just saw that consumer staples got downgraded via Constellation Brands. So now I'm thinking that this chart is going to blow lower. And as a result, I'm adding an A-line stock to my short list. Now, you see what I just did? I didn't just say add ELF to your short list. I explained why you should add ELF to your short list. And I gave you a visual. See, I'm looking at XLP. I think XLP is going to be going lower because Constellation Brands had negative news. And as a result, we're adding ELF to our short watch list with a target of 100 right here. See what I just did? I didn't just say you should short ELF. I explained why you should potentially short ELF and what you should be looking at for potentially shorting ELF. That analysis teaches you, you see? Okay, that's the key. That's the difference. That's the difference, okay? Durable good orders. Let's see what the bond market doing. Survey says the bond market is doing absolutely nothing. No reaction from the bond market. Look at this. It's like dead. Let's see. SPY's moving higher. SMH is doing nothing. The Dow should be moving. Yeah, the Dow likes this. This is good. Very, very nice. Couldn't get to the 8-day EMA. Look, coming up. Meanwhile, the SPY, by the way, look at the SPY. Look how it touched the 8-day EMA. Literally touched. Look at this. Down to a tick. And is bouncing off of it. I like that. So far, this is pretty bullish. This is good. This isn't bad. So here are our catalysts. Constellation Brand, Interactive Broker. They're being added to the SPY and they got upgraded. And AMD, whenever a chip stock is up over 1%. Catalysts. Why isn't Serena Therapeutics catalyst? Because nobody cares about Serena Therapeutics. This is not a market mover. These are Infotech, chips, consumer staples. Always telling you about catalysts. Let's back away and move over here. President Trump moved to oust federal Governor Lisa Cook. This was already priced in yesterday. We knew about this yesterday during yesterday's session, so there's nothing new here. I'll explain, Mark, when I give you my shorts because it has to break yesterday's low, and it hasn't done it overnight yet, Mark. President Trump announced, remember, if a stock didn't break yesterday's low, it's not moving. The catalysts were chips, consumer staples, fintech, and Fed. That's right. That's right. It's on my, SCR is on my small cap list. Exactly. Thank you, Cam. Gina, somebody will post them for you here. Somebody will post them for you. But it's chips, consumer staples, fintech, and Fed. By the way, Gina, you can go right here. You can pause and rewind. I don't know if you know this or not, but you can just go right here to this video and you can pause and rewind. Okay. Trump announced on Monday, yesterday, before the market closed, that he was dismissing Cook effective immediately. Now, anybody can accuse anybody of fraud, but none of this has been confirmed. So, and she's going to be fighting it. So this is going to give Trump a little understanding of their independence. They're independent. He can't fire somebody except for cause. And if he's going to prove it, like he proved, what was he trying to prove last time? He was trying to prove that somebody was doing something and somebody, I don't remember what it was like 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah. Remember Powell? He tried to get Powell for that building, and all of a sudden Powell's like, "You're accusing me of misappropriating money for a building that was built 5 years ago." So that just fizzled out. So I don't know if this is real or if it's going to fizzle out. If there's proof, real objective proof that she was engaged in mortgage fraud, then that's cause. But there's no proof yet. And she's not going anywhere. Okay. So that's that. I'll scroll everywhere. I'll scroll. So that's that. Trump also threatened new tariffs and export restrictions on advanced technology, semiconductors. In retaliation against digital services, Trump also reported that China must supply U.S. with magnets, or we have to charge them 200% or something. I don't think he knows what he's talking about. I have no idea what he's talking about. But again, that's just talk. It's just talk, talk, and talk. Dr. Pepper plunged. This is why consumer staples fell off the cliff yesterday. And we need for them to trade below this area right here, preferably below the 200-day moving average. Why am I not giving you a signal on it right now? Because consumer staples are at a support level. There's a chance they can bounce here. Why would I give you a stock, a consumer staple stock to short, while consumer staples are at a support level and look like they're ready to bounce? Wouldn't that be the dumbest thing I can do? Who just asked me that? Why am I not shorting this stock? Why am I not shorting ELF? Because we're at support. This is what I was trying to show you. You don't trade when you're a support. You trade when you break support. This looks like it's going to bounce up right now. So we need to make sure that we're trading below yesterday's low on consumer staple and ELF. And ELF right now, this is yesterday's low. This is where we're trading right now. There's no soup for you. Okay. Let's continue. Let's continue going down our list. A lot of things to talk about. Furniture stock slumped after he announced that he's going to put tariffs on furniture stores. Buffett said he doesn't want to buy another railroad. CSX, that's a local company here in Jax. It dumped. We had Nvidia up and LRCX up. Mags, by the way, were pretty bullish yesterday at the expense of RSP. We'll talk about that in a minute. New home sales did better than expected. It was just down. It was down. It impacted consumer staples negatively right here. Look at consumer staples yesterday. That's a big move yesterday. So I want to see if it breaks this low before going short any consumer staple stocks. Don't you think that's a wise idea, guys? Because this could be a hold right here, and we can just come right back here. You don't want to do that. Uncle Roger's got eyes in his back. He can see things. I see things. Today we focus on U.S. consumer confidence. Very, very important. Let's see what the bond market's doing right now. Bond market is, it's been cooling off for the last 20 minutes. Let's see if we hold this level or if we're going to go down to the 86.36. By the way, once again, look at how we held this level that I drew for you yesterday. That's 3 times. Look at that. Look at that. Right there and right there. 1 and 2. Pretty good stuff. You should write those levels down. They're pretty helpful. Yes, we've learned the no soup lesson from you. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad you learned the no soup lesson from me. We got durable goods. We got HPI. We got a lot of stuff. We got Barkin speaking. What time is Barkin speaking? Hopefully Barkin will stop barking at us, right? That's at 8:30. That already happened. The bond market is slightly weaker. Let's look at what the Dow's doing. Dow is interesting today. Look, the Dow broke down in the morning and now it's going higher, but it's still below yesterday's low. We'll talk about that in a minute. We'll get into all of that in a minute. And sometimes, folks, it's important to rewatch this video if you didn't get everything, okay? Yeah, my dog too. He loves barking. He likes Chewy too. Okay, we got small cap stocks coming out. We don't talk about these because they will not influence the market. We have an 84% chance that the Fed is going to lower rates. Europe is down 0.73, not really giving us any tailwind. Sentiment took a hit. Political crisis in France. French stocks tumbled. That's that. No French food for us today. China closed lower today, retreating from a 10-year high, but they're still looking pretty good. Sentiment turned cautious. Trump talking again. Talking on China. we have to charge them 200% tariffs or something. I don't even know what that means, 200% or something. Like, who talks this way or something? I mean, it just okay. Japan snapping 2-day session winning streak. Domestic equities tracked overnight weakness. Auto and pharmaceutical stocks led the decline, not chip stocks. Sentiment weighted on U.S. president move to fire Lisa Cook. They're going to fight this because they want to show people how independent they are. So unless Trump can come up with objective evidence, not some nonsense, objective evidence, which I don't think he has, I think if she was, I think if she, so, here's my 5 cents. I think if she was liable of fraud, she would resign. I think the fact that she's fighting it really hard shows that she's not liable for insurance fraud, and there's no proof. So once I see proof, then I'll believe what he's saying. But till now, I believe this is just a ploy to destabilize an independent Fed, and I promise you, it will not end well for Trump. Just like he tried to fire Powell, remember the market went down. This underscores the independence of the Fed. So we need to see something really quickly, or this is just going to be another one of those what oh, I never said that kind of things. Okay, and I'm serious about that. Yeah, I want to see proof. I want to see proof. Pulled, presented proof. I want to see proof. Yeah, I want to see proof. Proof, like objective proof, not proof like he spent an extra $5 million on a building that was built 5 years ago. That's not proof. Okay, I want to see proof, real proof, and it shouldn't be very difficult to find proof. Okay, and I think our president really is very. I think our president is an expert on mortgage fraud, so I think he will know it when he sees it. Okay. And so far, I haven't seen any of it. Index lower, snapping 2-day session winning streak as domestic equities tracked weakness. So we're not seeing any support here either. Okay. I just want to see proof. I'm not saying they're full of it. I'm just saying, show me proof. That's like what you're supposed to prove when you accuse of somebody in the Federal Reserve of fraud. That's very, very serious, folks. That's a very, very serious accusation. Okay. Let's talk about stocks here. It's a very, very serious accusation. And again, I don't know anything about it. So I'm just saying, if it's true, bring it on. Bring it on. But accusing a Fed of fraud is like, it's a pretty serious accusation. And it's going to backfire if it's not true. Okay. So let's talk about stocks. Remember yesterday I told you that this momentum, this amazing momentum you're seeing from last week is not going to last? Well, guess what? The party's over. 137 stocks. Yesterday, 507. You don't have strong momentum. How about stocks making 52-week highs? 84, not even 100. Lows, 4. Be very careful trading to the short side, all you elf short traders, okay? 20-week lows. There's no momentum to the downside. It's well, Roger, but the market's not going higher, so it must be going lower. No, it doesn't. It can go higher and then it can just pause. Look, this. Remember how worm moves like this? It can go up and then just consolidate, up and consolidate. Doesn't mean we're going lower. It just means consolidation. There is hardly any stocks breaking down right now. And we barely have over 100 here, where yesterday we had 388. You could see it right here. Okay. Right. What is it? Mortgage fraud has to do with claiming two different states or as a primary resident? That's what she's accused of? 2 weeks apart? That's laughable. That's laughable, Jeff. That's laughable. That's that's entertaining, okay? I don't so okay, so just want to let you know. I don't know anything about it beyond what I've told you. So I would just be completely speculating. But what I do know is the last time our president said that somebody in the Fed was guilty of fraud, he basically accused them of spending money on a building that was finished 5 years ago. and he was caught lying about it on camera. So it didn't end well for Trump. That's fizzled out very, very quickly. I don't know. Maybe Trump is right. Maybe there's something here. I don't know. I don't know. So I can't really talk about it because I don't know anything. But I will be doing a lot of reading on it if it goes anywhere. But as of right now, she's not fired and she's not going to resign. And that's that. Okay. So there's no directional bias right now in the market in terms of upside or downside. There's something important happening though. Let's I don't want to get into a political agenda. Is it fraud? 80 miles per hour still speeding. Again, I don't know what she did. I don't know exactly what she's accused of. I don't know what it is. So I just want to know. I just want to know what. Yeah, let's continue. I don't know. I don't want to argue because I don't know what she's even accused. What the case is. Energy, energy. You see this? Energy. Remember, I gave you three stocks: CVS, Shell, COP. There's something going on with the energy market. There is definitely a catalyst going on in the energy market. Just because we can't put our finger on it, it doesn't mean it's not there. There's something causing the energy market to rise right now. Okay. Keep your eye on the energy market. Okay. Otherwise, look where all the technology stocks are: semiconductors, QQQ, technology, Bitcoin. Now, I want to see some of these start coming up here. This is not good for the market. For the fine, we found for it's what they went after Trump for the again. I don't know anything about it. I'll look it up later tonight, but I don't know anything about it. I'm just letting you know the ramifications. That's a pretty strong, it's a very very strong thing to do to a Fed official. Okay, we don't have momentum. We don't have a lot of spec stocks leading right now. So let's take a look at the market and see if we can make heads or tails out of this. Okay. The Dow is trading below yesterday's low. There's some weakness here, but it gapped down and it went up overnight. A key level that you're going to be looking at today is going to be right here, right there. It's going to be right here. It's going to be right there. And it's going to be right here for right now. Those are the levels that you need to pay attention to right now, okay? Those are the levels, and I have them written down right here. You can just take a screenshot, okay? You can take a screenshot. Okay? That's exactly it. That's what I'm doing. The Dow, the SPY. Let's put up levels here on the SPY. Right there. Let's put another level here. Right there. This one goes right up here, actually. Right there. Yeah, that's about it. On the QQQ, we are lower than yesterday. Now, I want to show you guys something. Remember this bar? Remember this bar right here. And I told you we need to keep 60% of it. We went about as low as we would want to go. See the low here? See this low right here? If I go across, you see where it ends? It ends like right here. That's about 50% right there. You don't want to go much below that. If we eat into this part of the bar, in other words, if we cross below the 8-day EMA, in other words, if we break 641.43, this level right here, it's not going to be pretty. Keep your eye on the 8-day EMA. The 8-day EMA is at 641.19. If we break that level, there's a good chance we're going to come back down to the 15-day EMA. Okay? All right. Let's continue. QQQ. Oh, the levels, I still have those levels here, right here. Perfect, right there. Look how well this level held right there. Beautiful. Look at that. Let's add another level right there. Previous. Let's just raise this a hair like that. And that's it. So same thing here. Look, and folks, and this is something unfortunately I know a lot about. Okay. So you see how the 8-day EMA is right here, 25th percentile. This is about 50th right here. We're getting to that area. See where I drew this 568.59? That's about a level we don't want to break. That level here, 69 right here, right there. This bar right here. We don't want to go in underneath this bar. That level is right here. We don't want to break this level right here. Right there, right here. So if we break 569, it's not going to be good. But then if we break 568.58 on the QQQ, it's going to get ugly because look, we're going to be in this range. That's a high volume bar. And that does two things. It negates the upside that we saw on Friday, and it eats into the high volume bar price action, which means if we break back into here, the odds are we're going to come back into this area. And we don't want to be back in this area. Okay? We don't want to be in this area. Please write down the levels that I'm giving you right now. They're very important. 568.68, 559, and all of these intraday levels. Okay? Let's continue. Mags. Let's do the same thing on mags. Right there. Right there. Right there. Keep an eye on 59, 59, 68. That's the 8-day EMA. Mags are holding up really well. Notice mags are holding up really well, like beautifully. We're like not even, look, we're like at the top of this bar. Now look at this. Look at RSP. The one that went up the most. Look at where we're at here. Notice something? We're already in the 50th. We're already in this side of the range. As a matter of fact, we've almost completely undone this bar. See this? Look. So let me give you that level here. That level here is right there where we are right now. That level here, and that's already not looking great, but I'll accept it because this bar has a long wick here. So that level here is 187.62. 187.62. Let me draw some levels for you here. There. There. Okay. And right here. You may want to take a screenshot of this. So you see how we don't want to break the 187.62 level, or we'll be in the 50th. Look at the size of this bar. Basically, you don't want to get back into the 50th percentile of this bar. So you want to make sure we stay here, okay? All right. QQQE. QQQE never broke out. Never broke out. We never even broke out. So it's not even, there's nothing to talk about here because we never broke out. Dow Jones, look at how much of this bar we've already eaten. Okay, so we're right here. See this level where we're at right now? High volume bars. If we break this level right now, we're toast. We're toast. If you see us breaking 452.09, we're toast. You could see how well we bounced off here off these levels. Take a screenshot of this and take a screenshot of this. This is not good right here. This is not good right here. Okay. That opens us up to coming all the way down here, which opens up a huge vulnerability for us. And this ends up looking like a bunch of stops were hit. Remember, I was very concerned on Friday when I told you that all the buying only happened over a 21-minute period. And I told you that it happened over a 21 minute period. It wasn't very effective buying on Friday. It was basically a flag. We came up and then we went sideways. Okay. IWM. Look at IWM. Looks like it's coming right into it. That level here is right here. 230.83. I already have it for you. And look where the 8-day EMA is. 229.88. Very, very close to this level. Basically, we want this level to protect us. Okay. We want this level to protect us. Let me give you these levels here. It's perfect there. Perfect there. Perfect there. Right there. Yeah, one more. Right there. There's your levels, okay? There's your levels. These are the key levels. The key level right now is don't get all right. So I'm going to tell you something today. Don't get so bogged down by intraday levels today. What I want you to pay attention to is on all the stocks that made a swing high on Friday of last week, how much of that big bar by the end of today or the low of today we're able to save. If we break down more than 50% of this puts us below 230.83, the odds are we're going to the 8-day EMA on the IWM. On the Dow, if we break this level where we're currently sitting, the low of today, basically 452.09, we're right now at 452.78. So if we break this level, we're going to come back into this. We don't want to see that. On the SPY, if we break the 8-day EMA, which is literally the low of the day today, 641.43, look, 641, something like this right here. See how we're erasing more than 50% of this bar? That's the problem. We don't want to erase more than 50% of this bar, which is like right there somewhere, which is right at the low, right there. Notice how I look on the right side. Look at the dotted yellow line at the bottom. It's right below this area right there. Right there. That's the 50th percentile. So if we start breaking below this level right here, 641.50, or a few ticks lower, it's not good. Folks, you should be paying attention to this. Folks, if you haven't hit a thumbs up yet, and if you're getting benefit out of this, give us a thumbs up. Let's see how many thumbs up we really have here. Let's see. We've got, survey says 289 thumbs up. Let's bring this over. Let's bring it home, folks. Over 300 today. Do it only one time. If you've already done it, don't do it again. Thank you, Bob. If you followed your market view yesterday, it paid off best way to. Thank you, Eagle Beagle. I appreciate that. Okay, so you guys could see exactly what I'm talking about. We want to see 50% of this price action on all of Friday's action preserved. SMH, let's do SMH. SMH is doing great. It's holding on really well above the 8-day. That level is right here, 290, 290, 290. I already drew it for you yesterday. Let me draw another level for you today. Folks, are these intraday levels helpful to you? I don't want to draw them if you're not using them, but if you're using them, then I'll gladly draw them. Just let me know if they're helpful to you. This is somewhere right there. Okay. Let me know if they're helpful to you. Henry says, I'm a big fan of the new training. Good, Gene. I'm so happy to hear that. So you see this bar? See this high volume bar? See how it's at like 50%, maybe 45%, 60-40? That's okay. We don't want to break 290.06. It's coming off right now, but we got a while to go. So here is what we want to see today. Here is what we want to see today. IWM, we don't want to break 230.83. SMH, we don't want to break 290. SPY, we don't want to break right here, 241.43, this level right here. Okay? Or the 8-day EMA. QQQ, we don't want to break this level, the 568.68 level, 569, we don't want to break this low. We don't want to come down here. MAGs, MAGs and SMH is actually looking the best, which is great. We want to stay above this 8-day EMA. We don't want to go we don't want to break this level right here, 59.92. Okay? All right. Let's see what the bond market's doing one last time. Basically coming off, there's going to be some support right here at 86.37. But look at the bond market. We rallied on Friday. Look what the bond market. See how the bond market already erased all the upside from the bond market on Friday? This is Friday. This is the good news that the Fed is going to lower rates. Look what we are right now. We're back down here. That's what I'm fearful is going to happen with the SPY. So again, look at the bond market. This was that big bar right here. See that? That's Friday's big bar, the news. and look what the market's doing. So I'm expecting the SPY to do the same thing. Okay. All right. Um, let me now give you stocks that I'm looking at right now, longs and short. Please, 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 please be very, very careful with your shorts because we don't have a lot of institutional money coming into the short side, which means the short side is very muted. You might have noticed I have not taken any shorts since I took Lulu almost 2 months ago because the market is it's like there's an invisible force there right now because the markets are being pushed higher because we are near all-time highs. So it's not natural to trade to the short side right now. Just being honest with you. Okay, stocks that I'm looking at to the short side: Kava, MMC. This one's not ready yet. It's got to break this level right here. We got to break this level right here. Here, I'll just put a line there. Break this level right here. QSR, that one looks really nice. CAH, that's an A line right there. And we already are below yesterday's low, by the way. VIST. I like the grinders. I would prefer grinders right now because they're a little more predictable because they've been going down. I'm just telling you, I'm very nervous about the downside right now. Not because I don't think the market's going down, just because I think that we're still near all-time highs and we are not going short. We're just kind of getting to neutral. Neutral. TW, MDLZ. This is a very nice A line. We're already trading below the low. And if XLP cooperates today and breaks this 200-day, this me and deals this could look very, very juicy. So we got Elm and we got MDLZ. I'm circling Elm and MDLZ. I'm just letting you know I'm circling both of those stocks. That's an A line to the downside right there. I don't know if I want to take it, but that's an A line to the downside. VRTX, almost an A line to the downside. If it breaks down a little more, see, this will look like this. See, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for this to look like this. See, that's what I mean. I give you explanations. I don't just leave you hanging. I tell you why. And if I don't know something, I tell you that I'm not aware of it. That's an A line right there. That is an A line right there. Uh, that's an A line right there. Nice rotation too. But this has got to break yesterday's low. And so far, it doesn't look that weak. Okay, let me give you long stocks now, and I got to get out of here. STX, Google, DVN. Thank you, Jeff. You mentioned this one. HPE, VSAT, BP, scratch BP, scratch BP, scratch BP. Sophie, a little overextended. All the energy stocks, the CVX I'm looking at, SCOP I'm looking at, and Shell I'm looking at today. And I'll be looking at those very, very much. Unity, GLW, I really like this one for a swing. DKS, Dix. I go there all the time. I get probably 70% of my clothes from this place because I don't need to dress up or go anywhere. TME looks a lot like GLE. Win looks very nice. TME looks very nice. WDC looks very nice. Okay? All right. So, good morning, Angie. Good to see you. Yeah, Elf Beauty, Elf Beauty. This is on my short list, but it needs to break yesterday's low with the target of 200-day moving out. Look at it. It can't break higher. Looks like it's in a channel. Looks like it's just playing this channel right here with a target of 200-day moving average. Again, I like these stocks to the short side, and I gave you stocks to the long side. Do I think Google is overextended? Maybe a little bit, not crazy overextended. Maybe a hair, but nothing crazy. Less than 1.5. I mean, you don't have to buy it right now. Remember, these are not stocks I'm buying. These are stocks on my watch list. These are stocks that I'm looking for something to happen, for a trigger to happen. Okay. Okay. Now, again, let me really quickly tell you what I have planned for you today. in the VIP room, in the VIP room, I'm going to answer questions from yesterday. We had a really good session yesterday, and I'm going to answer your questions from yesterday. So get your questions ready. I'm going to give you top stocks for the afternoon session. I always give you my top stocks for the afternoon session. I'm going to decipher how market internals and how to analyze correctly. A lot of you folks are not analyzing market internals correctly when it comes to day trading. So I'm going to help you analyze it correctly. I'm going to talk about how to combine market internals with day trading using the AlphaZone Pro dashboard, how to use momentum oscillator to confirm directional bias. A lot of you folks are not doing that. A few tips and tricks to increase your win rate using AlphaZone Pro, including how to tell if price action is peaking out when you're in this type of a market. Let's say you're in this type of let's say you're in a 5-minute chart, and this is what the 5-minute chart looks like ELF. You're going through these rotations. I'm going to teach you how to tell if a rotation is bottoming out or is topping out, so you can confirm and trade the other side, those moves up and down. If that sounds reasonable to you and prudent, here's the link for the VIP room. And don't forget, the best place that nobody talks about much here is Customer Service Live. Because you see, the problem is I can be giving you the best stuff possible, but if you don't know how to install it, and if you don't know how to calibrate it, and if you don't know how to look for the right stuff, you're going to be screwed. Cam and Gustavo have helped thousands of people, and they know how to do it really, really well. Okay? So, folks, have a great day. Happy National Pet Day. I didn't know it was a National Dog Day. I'm very happy about that. I'm going to give my pooches a big kiss right now, and I won't tell my cats about it. And if you guys have any questions for me, you can email me at roger@rogerscott.com. I thought this was a very, very good session. We only got stuck on one thing, and I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the evidence against Lisa Cook. I have no idea. So I'm going to have to first look at that. All I'm saying is I hope it's not part 2 of what he tried to do with Powell. That's all I'm trying to say. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. I have no idea. Time will tell. But that's already been priced into the market as far as I could tell. Okay, you guys have your marching orders. Be careful today. And the number one thing I'm going to tell you is keep an eye on these things right here. The amount of corrective pressure we were able to gain, how much we're able to defend this bar from Friday. Are we defending more than 50% or are we defending less than 50%? RSP, it looks like we're right there, right at the 50th percent level on a lot of them. So that's going to be a big, big factor. The bond market, it was not able to hold it. Was not. Look, that's Monday. Look where the bond market is. We don't want to see this on the stock market. And so far, SMH and MAGs are doing the best job of holding on, and that's pretty bullish. So just FYI, I'm just letting you know where we're at. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Love you all. And I wasn't trying to get political here. I'm just talking about things that could impact the market. Remember when he threatened to fire Powell, how much the market's crapped? I don't want to see that again. So I'm kind of cautious about that. Bye, guys. I'll see you later. Watch the 1-day range today. Watch the 1-day range from Friday. That's going to be the biggest clue of everything. Bye, guys. I'll see you later.